my fellow demons, angels, mortals, and of course awesome otherworldly beings. We're back at it again with another Speedpaint video. Again, as you can see, we're using another Fakemon generator and recreating it in our own way. Today's Fakemon is another dragon type, but I shall mention now, it turns out nothing like the original design. I took a lot of inspiration from it, but it was completely changed. It was originally a dragon bug type, but looked nothing like one, so I started turning those spikes on its head to more of an antennae, creating a simple bug design. Then I move on to thinking of some cute ways to make this both look more like its original design while making it more bug-like. So originally I turned the small spike on its mouth into more of a pincher's design, keeping the cute wing and eyelid. I loved the wings as well. So I tried to keep them, but of course making them more doubled, to look more, of course, like a bug type. As you can see, I did try and make it look like it was flying originally, but I kept for more of a simplistic look just to save me some chaos. Like bugs, I tried with the two sets of wings. I tried to make them look more patterned later on, despite them looking more winged almost here. I kept trying to keep the dragon look, so I decided with the scaled back and the small spike on its tail. I also tried to make the jaw look a little more built, so to say, just to keep the, of course, dragon-like design. And of course, trying to keep that pincher-like design, just trying to keep the more bug and dragon look. Just having to use a lot of my own creativity with this one because the original design just didn't look right for the types. So unlike my previous video, I did try and keep the types this time while changing the design to match it. Of course, keeping the idea of the design to go along with it. I tried to mess around a lot with the nose and the spike for a while, originally switching between pinchers, tongue, pinchers again, to just keeping that little floppy tongue-like design, which actually is amazing for the Pokédex entry I created. Now, the spike on his tail, I think, along with the spikes, just screamed dragon bug type, and I think it was perfect. I want to know what you guys think, of course, so feel free to, including my previous video, give me some constructive criticism. I always accept it, and I'd love to know how to create better content for you guys. And of course, we have tons of Pokemon with tongues, so when it comes to the Pokédex entry, I think the end result with the tiny little tongue, it turns out perfect. Unlike my last Fakemon, I didn't have a chance. I didn't change anything between male and female genders. So when it comes to the end, you'll see there isn't a difference. But of course, shinies. You gotta love the shinies. Once I got the line art done, it was time for my favorite part. Despite how long the line art took, and of course, as you'll see, it's a really stupid, simple way. I copied the layer for the wings and just flipped them because it was super easy to do that way, and it made coloring a lot easier for the pattern you guys will see. I realized making a script is a lot harder than I thought, so I actually have some free time to talk right now before we turn into where I start talking about the coloring. I'd like to take a moment to ask, how the hell do people make scripts? I tried a few different ways, and eventually it just didn't seem to work out, so I made a giant script. I don't know how I'd talk about things that I want to talk about in the right time. But now that the line art is done, we are finally moving on to coloring after some quick sorting of the layers. I tried to keep the same pink as the original wings. I think it was a really cute pink, and I tried so hard to get rid of that fairy-like design, and I don't really know if I was successful, but you guys will have to tell me in the description or the comments. I meant comments first. Of course, I really liked the shade of pink it was, so I tried my hardest to keep it, just praying to God that the process would be amazing and it wouldn't look like a fairy type in the end. I really liked the design I made. It was kind of like a spider web-like design. And I tried to make it distract from the almost bumpy feathered look from the original idea. And of course, like I said, keeping that original line art made the process of the wings so much easier. I just doubled it and erased the lines I didn't need. Of course, changing the opacity so it wasn't so bright, wasn't so distracting, and changing things like the scales and the little jaw part to match the wings, and then eventually scrapping it and turning it into more of a pink to keep the same color pattern, of course praying to God that it didn't mess up the dragon-like idea. But the eyes, now I love eyes in Pokemon, and dragon eyes, they're really easy to make and try and make them look like dragons. So I just took some really dark and bright colors, used the opposites, blended them together, and it looked awesome. I really liked it. Now, from my previous video, after I fixed up these small bits, I remembered a cute little trick for getting an almost inverted color look. Of course, I don't know if it inverted properly, but it was great for the shiny version of this Pokemon. I grabbed the hue and throw it all the way to the other side, creating this really cute green look, which screamed bug. And the tongue, perfect for a dragon. Just a cute little blue. And there you have it, the two little beans for my dragon and bug type. Now, on this time, I actually did throw in the end clip of me creating the background and having some fun with it, so I hope you enjoyed this really simplistic process of how I ended up making the background. Of course, before I got to the background, I thought, why not have some fun and recreate the logos? And then I ended up completely forgetting about it, and then moving on to the background. I eventually got on to recreating the logos later, but I found it really funny how my ADHD brain was just going crazy. I didn't notice until really late in the video where I was looking at the background that I realized I completely missed the underside of the tail in one of the spots. I do thankfully fix it before it becomes too much of a problem, and I'm not too sure when I fixed it in the video anymore, but I did fix it. I got really confused on why it existed there, but I did fix it. I don't know why I wanted to recreate the logos themselves. I thought it was super fun, and it gave me some practice on just recreating the little ideas of Pokemon stuff before I had to actually continue with Chaos for my later videos. Actually, while I am talking here, I don't actually have the next one uploaded, recorded, any of that yet. I don't even have it drawn. I'm just hoping I stumble across a really good Pokemon later, or Fakemon. And then I hope I get some really good want to be able to draw it. But until then, I'm sure I'll have it recorded and all that before this one's out. But yeah, it's super fun, and it's definitely a great website for it. I will put the link to my to the inspiration video again into the description, of course, before I forget. I had to add the cute little sparkles despite not getting the right size for a little bit there, and of course the green sparkles making me realize where that mistake was. Did I say green sparkles? I meant yellow. The shiny sparkles. Well, getting rid of the ones on the inside of the body, I did end up realizing my mistake, and thankfully, since it was plain color and not shading, I was really able to just really easily fix it up because I didn't have to worry about shading there. And with the plain color, it was super easy just to fix it under the line art. There we go, cleaning up the sparkles for the shiny version. And then just having fun creating little bits that I always add. And then flipping to a really fun Pokédex entry. The name is Dreil, mixed from the words bug and dragon in Norwegian. Dreil and feel. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. I don't speak anything other than English. At standing about 3 inches tall and weighing 3 grams, I don't know how weight works, so I hope that's not heavy. This little bug, this little grumpy bug, likes to swarm sweet fruits, stinging anyone with its tail if that fruit is taken away. In large numbers, these little guys create deafening noises with their wings and are known to take down Tricinas, sorry if I mispronounce it, confusing it for a fruit and then attacking the moment it tries to fight back. I tried to have these little guys as angry little dragons that hoarded fruit instead of gold or anything precious, but also creating a lot of ideas from grasshoppers and cicadas for the wings, and just any little bug fun details as like a little angry dragon grasshopper or angry dragon cicada. Of course, without having the bouncy legs of a grasshopper or cicada. But I hope you all enjoyed. Remember to stay happy, stay healthy, and stay creative, everyone.